Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 904 of the Juicebox Podcast. Today's episode is going to be shorter, and it's just going to be me sharing something that I've been up to. While you're listening today, please remember that nothing you hear on the Juicebox Podcast should be considered advice, medical or otherwise. Always consult a physician before making any changes to your healthcare plan or becoming bold with insulin. If you have type 1 diabetes and are a U.S. resident or are the caregiver of someone with type 1, please consider completing the survey at t1dexchange.org/juicebox. When you do, you will be helping to move type 1 diabetes research forward, and you'll be supporting the podcast. t1dexchange.org/juicebox. Today's topic is about me. It's health related. It's not scary. Don't worry about that. And I thought it may be of interest to some of you. So I decided to record it and put it here. This episode of the Juicebox Podcast is sponsored by US Med. US Med is where we get our Omnipod and Dexcom supplies, and they have so much more. Call 888-721-1514 right now to get your free benefits check, or go to usmed.com/juicebox. US Med has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They accept Medicare nationwide and over 800 private insurers. They carry everything from insulin pumps to diabetes testing supplies, and they have the latest CGMs like the Dexcom G7 and the Libre 3. US Med always provides 90 days worth of supplies, and they have fast and free shipping. Better service and better care is what you'll get from US Med, a company who has served over 1 million diabetes patients since 1996. US Med is the #1 distributor for Freestyle Libre systems, the #1 specialty distributor for Omnipod DASH, the #1 fastest growing tandem distributor nationwide, and they are rated #1 as a distributor for Dexcom in customer satisfaction surveys. usmed.com/juicebox or call 888-721-1514. Hey guys, it's Scott. I have decided to try Wegovy for weight loss. So I'll talk more about why later, but I'm going to make an audio diary. And this is my first entry. So I've never injected it before. This is my first time. Got the instructions in front of me. I weighed myself this morning. Step 1. Prepare your injection. Pen, alcohol swab, gauze pad, sharps container, wash my hands, choose my injection site. I'm going on my stomach. Remove the pen cap. Okay. That looks like this side. Oh, this is incredibly similar to the Gvoke HypoPen, the way it works. So pull the pen cap straight off. Inject. Push the pen firmly against your skin. Keep applying pressure until the yellow bar has stopped moving. Oh, this works almost exactly like the HypoPen. You push it firm. Okay, that's Jenny texting me. Sorry, hold on. Oh, we're talking about this. I'll silence my phone. Push it, pressure against until the yellow bars stop. You'll hear 2 clicks during the injection. Okay. Well, I've given a lot of injections, but never to myself. So here we go. I'm not nervous, but I could have just pushed it and I didn't. So give me a second here. I'm trying to put the pen near the microphone. Okay. Trying one more time. All right, I think I got it now. Sorry, it's more of a... I'll explain in a second. All right, I think that's it. Yellow bars stop moving. I didn't feel anything, so I'm just going to have to assume it worked. All right, well, here we go, V. I was telling Arden about this, and she said, one day it'll be like, hey, where my ass Wegovy? Where my... I forget how she put it. She had like a little thing. Anyway, 0.25 milligrams to start, once a week for 4 weeks. I will check back in on this recording every time I have something to add. So here we go. Hey, everybody, I'm back. That was 6 days ago. Today's Monday. So today's Monday, April 3rd. I recorded that first little bit where I did the first injection on Tuesday, the 28th of May. Wait, March. Sorry, March. March, April, May. There we go. I understand the months. Don't worry. So tomorrow is my next injection, and I'll be back to do that with you. But I just wanted to kind of check in. So, almost immediately, and keeping in mind that I'm not a person who has a ton of appetite to begin with, but I now have to remind myself to eat. And I wasn't doing it at first, but it's very important because you don't get hungry classically. So I was getting woozy. My head was like, hey, what's going on? I think I need to eat. And I'm not having any trouble eating on this dose. I could overeat, but I would make myself nauseous, I think. So I'm not doing that. I'm purposely not doing that. I'm eating a lot of steak and fish this week. Drinking a lot of water, that kind of stuff. No soda, nothing like that. I wouldn't before, but I haven't. I had an opportunity to have a diet soda. I didn't do it. I had to have one little sweet kind of thing, like a candy, because I got up on Saturday morning and I was like, oh, I'm just going to go grocery shopping. We needed eggs and a few things. And I was motoring around the store and got tired because I realized I haven't eaten anything. So I grabbed a little something to give me a quick kick, almost like a low blood sugar, but I don't think my blood sugar was actually low. And that helped. It got me home. I ate something and I felt fine afterwards. Nausea that some people talk about, I haven't had. I know the full feeling, you ever have a sick stomach where it feels hollow inside? It doesn't feel like that, but it feels like a tiny sliver of that, 2% of that sometimes when you're full. I've added more magnesium oxide. I'm taking 2 a day now instead of 1, just to make sure things keep flowing. And they are. And I have lost 6.5 pounds in 6 days. I feel fine. I don't have any weird side effects or anything crazy. I didn't eat oddly different than I would have normally. I have dieted before and eaten similarly to how I've eaten over the last week. I have certainly not lost 6.5 pounds doing that before. So, for the moment, I'd say that I'm noticing the hunger thing, very, very diminished, if not completely almost gone. And I'm looking on, I should bring up this app for you. We got a scale. Hold on a second. Let me get my app open. We bought a scale that kind of measures some things to go along with our thing here. If I end up loving the scale, I'll let you know which one it is. For the now, no need. But yeah, I guess I'm going to use numbers here. So I started Wegovy on the 28th. And on the 28th, I weighed 233.4 pounds. The next day on the 29th, I weighed 232.6. On the 30th, I weighed 229.4. On the 31st, 228. Then I had a little issue with, I didn't use the bathroom that day, which is when I added the magnesium. So the next day I weighed myself on 4/1 and I was 228 again. And then the next day, 227. So 227, 228, 229, 30, 31, 32, 33, 6.5 pounds. I have not weighed myself today. On top of that, my BMI is going down. My body fat is going down. My hydration, like body water, is going up. Let's see some of the other things that this scale measures. Fat-free body weight starting to go down. Subcutaneous fat went down. Very visceral fat went down. Super interesting. Muscle mass has stayed the same. Bone mass has stayed the same. I don't know how the scale knows all that, but we wanted to track as much of it as we possibly could. Anyway, I kind of am feeling the effects of the injection waning a little bit, meaning last night I had an appetite all of a sudden at dinner time. So, but I woke up this morning and honestly, I'm recording this at 2 p.m. So I woke up this morning, took a shower, managed the dogs. I had a meeting I had to get on. As soon as the meeting was over, I had to do a recording. I did my recording and now I'm here talking to you. I'm still not hungry, but I'm going to go downstairs and eat something right now. Probably have a couple of eggs. Scrambled. I might put them in a wrap and throw maybe a couple of pieces of steak with it or shrimp. I'm not sure exactly which. And then I'm going to come back up here and edit podcasts for you. I will be back soon to tell you what's next. I am back. It is Tuesday, April 4th. It has been 1 week since my first injection of Wegovy. I'm on the 0.25 milligrams dose right now. Again, this is an auto injector pen, so I'm going to pop the cap off, find a place to inject it. You push down, it clicks once. There's a window where you can actually, I can see the liquid right now that's in there. And hello, Wegovy. I see it right in there. And like a yellow arm comes down and pushes, it's a visual. It pushes the liquid in. And then when the yellow arm is completed, it clicks again and you're done. I did it the first time, it didn't hurt at all. I'm going to do it again in the same spot on my stomach. And I am going to tell you before I do it that the last couple of days, I've been thinking like, I don't know how this medication works exactly. If it becomes less, I don't know, impactful as the days wane on, like, you know what I mean? Almost like, you know, how you shoot your basal and, like if some of you are using older basal insulin, like Lantus or Levemir, like, you know, before you get to 24 hours again, you kind of notice it not working as well. Like, I don't know if that's happening, but in a week situation where Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was like, oh, I feel that I have this medication in me. But then maybe Sunday, Monday, I started thinking like, I don't think I'm feeling an impact from it the same way. And I did stop losing weight in the last couple of days. I mean, again, this all could have just been water weight. Who knows? Like, I have no idea. So here we go, V. Cap off. Cap is off. All right. Gonna stand up and put my belly closer to the microphone. Done. Little pinch here. And here we go. Okay. All right, that was it. Injection number 2. I'll be back to tell you what happens. Hey, I'm back. It's been another week. Fastest recap. I've so far done 2 injections of Wegovy at the 0.25 milligrams dose. This is the common starting dose. You kind of ramp up as you go. I was warned when I began by the physician that, people don't usually lose weight in the beginning, blah, 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 that there can be some feelings of fullness and that some people even experience like vomiting and diarrhea. I haven't had any of that. Going back to the beginning, I had that very feeling of very fullness was like for the first 3 days. And then after that, as an actual physical impact, that feeling has gone away, although I am still full. It's hard for me to eat a lot of food. This last week, we ended up going shopping on Saturday and stopped at a diner on the way home. And I got a meal that was turkey and had a potato and forget what else was with it. A couple vegetables, and I basically couldn't eat very much of it at all. Ate it, got full, stopped. Had a little scoop of like a chocolate cake, like honestly, like maybe 2 spoonfuls, not full even. That was it. I had the same experience this week that I've had so far, which is the first 4 days after the injection, I consistently lose weight. And then I stay kind of level for the last 3 days of the 7 days. So that's where I'm at now. I have lost 8 pounds since the first day I injected Wegovy. Now, usually when I lose weight, it comes out of my face first, but it's coming out of my midsection first, which is interesting and great because it's where I want the weight to come from. So that's kind of been exciting. And this week was Easter. So I went to dinner once, on Saturday when we went shopping at this diner. And then on Sunday, we went to a family member's house. I didn't overeat by any stretch of the imagination, but I had some ham. I had some pork. I had, what was with it? Ham, pork. There was something with it. There was cake. I had a very thin slice of cake, and I ate a Rice Krispie treat, and I still didn't gain any weight. And I'm telling you that historically through my life, just having like a Rice Krispie treat with a little piece of cake in the same day, I would have been 2 pounds heavier. Like that's just how my body works. I start retaining water right away if I eat anything. So I've been eating more and lost weight the first 4 days, stayed stable with my weight the last 3 days. And I lost another 4 pounds. So 4 pounds the first week, 4 pounds the second week. And I have to be honest with you, a couple of days ago, I was getting excited to take this shot. And I was like, let's go, Spoke with the doctor this week, told her about the weight loss. She said that's very uncommon to have lost like this much weight right away. It's almost a non-therapeutic dose. It's just an amount that's supposed to get you going, but it is definitely having an impact on me. And I snuck a couple of things in this week almost to test it. I was almost like, let me test the Wegovy. I got a box of Red Hots, like those hot candies. I had those spread out over a number of days. Like I couldn't just I couldn't hork down the box. Like that would not have happened. But I had a couple here and there over a couple of days, almost just as a test, didn't gain weight. And I was very impressed by that. So anyway, I'm excited to inject this and see how week 3 goes. Also, because of how the prescription model works with your insurance, as soon as I inject this, the next thing I do is send an email to the doctor that says I've injected my 3rd pen, because they have to start the process of putting another script through, because you're not just getting the same drug over again. Although it's the same drug, it's a different dosage. So they have to re-prescribe every month till you get up to a place where you stop. So anyway, do this, then I send the email, just because it's become what I'm doing on this recording. Take the cap off. Belly's been working good for me. Little pinch. I push, you get 1 click, then you wait for the medication to dispense. It clicks again to tell you it's done. I like to leave it in another second or longer. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Gonna wait a couple more seconds just because I don't want to waste any of this. All right. Here we go, V. I'll see you next week. Hey, everybody. I am back with my 4th injection of Wegovy at the 0.25 milligrams dose. I didn't eat as much this week. I didn't remind myself to eat, and I ended up snacking in place of meals, and I put 2 pounds back on. So I won't do that this week. All right, this is the last shot of 0.25, and then we're going to the step up, which, by the way, I already have because my doctor is on top of things. And after the 3rd injection, so you get a box of 4. After the 3rd injection, the doctor asks for an email that says, I've just injected my 3rd pen. Then she sent a new script for the step up, which was already waiting for me. It's in the refrigerator right now and waiting for next Tuesday. But for now, we're going to get through the 4th pen of the first box and then get to next week. A little pinch. Here we go. All right. I'll see you next week. Hey, everybody. It's Tuesday again, and I have finished my first round of Wegovy. So the first round was 4 injections once weekly of 0.25 milligrams. So now I'm moving up to the next level, 0.5 milligrams. Got it right here. But I pop it in, tell you a little something, and I'll be back. So this is like an extra 0.25 milligrams over what I've been doing in the past. I don't know if this will feel any different going in. So far, I have not felt any of the injections. Ready? Here we go. That wasn't bad. Honestly, a big nothing. Perfect. Okay. Let me get out my app, tell you how much weight I've lost so far. I have... Gonna need some glasses here for this. Hold on a second. Okay. I need a calculator. I apologize. I have my starting weight and today's weight. I have lost exactly 11 pounds in 4 weeks. The weight is coming out of my midsection, where, which is the place where my body, just my whole life, has held weight. I might have mentioned this to you before. Normally, when I lose weight by cutting out carbs, I lose water weight, and it's very obviously comes out of my face first. I have not yet lost my face. Like, it's all coming out of my my chest, my sides, my stomach, my back, and really, my stomach hasn't been this small in an amount of time. I don't even know. Satiation, big part of this. I went away this weekend to visit with Arden at college. You know, we were constantly in restaurants because of that. The menu gets a little smaller because you're like, well, I don't want to eat anything fried. I don't want to eat anything greasy. I don't want to, you're trying to eat like healthier in general because you don't want to feel nauseous, which I haven't felt. But salads, chicken, I still couldn't finish anything. Arden got a cheeseburger at this place. It looked so good. And I was able to eat like a third of it maybe. And then I was like, well, I'm done. I can't. I had a couple bites of her salad. I was like, that's enough for me. It's been very interesting. Don't crave things. Yesterday, and this is bad, I didn't do this on purpose. I forgot to eat dinner yesterday. I got up, recorded the podcast. I had a piece of chicken. I took like a couple ounces of chicken, a couple ounces of steak, 2 eggs, and lettuce, and I had that for kind of lunch yesterday. And I had it in my head I was going to saute some shrimp for dinner and put it with a little salad. And I got up here and I started working on the podcast and I just forgot. I never got hungry and I forgot to tell myself to eat. So that's important to stay on top of, like, continue to eat. I'm going to go eat right now. I just recorded the podcast this morning. Wonderful woman from Denmark, which you'll hear one day. And then I did my injection with you. Now I'm going to go eat some food. And then I'm going to come back up here and put together a presentation for a private talk I'm giving this weekend about type 1. So I still going along here. This is going terrific. I don't know if any of the stuff's going to ramp up with the double dose, but I am prepared to feel fuller, to be nauseous if I eat things that, don't sit well with me. And I have to really pay attention. I'm literally telling myself right now, you have to remember to eat. So I might have to start setting some timers on my phone just so I don't forget like I did yesterday, because that was not something I wanted to do. Okay, here we go. Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm about to inject my 6th injection, but I want to give you some numbers before I get going. So I made my first injection of Wegovy, which was at 0.25 milligrams on April 28th, 2023. You've been hearing me report as I go along. I'm also using a scale that measures other things besides body weight. I have no idea how accurate it is, but the results are interesting. So, my metabolic age has lowered by 1 year. It is still 6 years older than I actually am. My visceral fat has gone down 2 points. Subcutaneous fat down 2.5 points. My fat-free body weight has lowered by 2.2 points. My skeletal mass has raised by 2 points. BMI is down 2 points. Body fat is down 3.1 points. This is interesting. My hydration is up 2.1. I looked that up. It says that lean tissue holds more water than fatty tissue, which results in a drop in body weight. Those who struggle with obesity are more likely to be inadequately hydrated without the proper water balance. That's interesting. And I guess the number you're all kind of waiting for. I have lost a total of 13.4 pounds. This past weekend, I was at a speaking event all Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday morning till around 2. So there were a lot of catered meals. I had no trouble being around the food. I did not eat all the food I was given. The only thing I had trouble with was they put cheesecake out, and I tried to take a couple of spoonfuls of it. It did not sit well in my stomach. I got a little reflux from that. So I took a Tums and didn't do that again. Other than that, I have nothing to report that's worrisome. It's still kind of working the same way. The weight loss seems a little more front-loaded in the week, although it's been lasting longer. Yesterday, I didn't do anything particularly special with food to limit my food. I just ate 2 meals. Actually, I had a breakfast and a dinner. And I still lost 0.2 pounds overnight last night. Now, today I'm going to inject again. Now, this is my 6th injection. As I said, this is the second 0.5 milligram injection. I think I'm going to release this after I put this injection in so you guys can listen. All right. Still plenty of belly to shoot it into, but much less. Here looks good. Click. All done. Okay. So since I'm putting this out, let me just say this. My entire life, I've carried weight in my midsection. My legs and my arms, no problem. I have no butt to speak of my whole life. But I went to a doctor and I was significantly over the weight that the doctor looked at me and assumed I was. Then we weighed me, proved out the point. And I'm uncomfortable at age 51 because I've done all the things. I've tried all the things. I've at times proven to myself I don't do all the things. The only thing I could tell you for sure is that where I carry my weight leads me to be concerned about a heart attack. And I do not want to have a heart attack. So some of you may listen to this and think I gave up. Some of you may think I'm cheating or taking the easy way out. To you, I say, please enjoy your feelings. I don't care. I am not having a heart attack. I'm living for as long as I can. And if this little click is the way it's going to happen, then great. People say to me, are you going to have to use your rest of your life? I respond back, I have no idea. Maybe, maybe not. Don't want to have a heart attack. It's working. My brain does not ever tell me that I'm hungry. My stomach never hurts and rumbles and grumbles. And when I eat, I feel fuller sooner. Now, maybe more importantly, excuse me, I'll take a drink. Maybe more importantly, the weight I'm losing is coming out of places on my body that I don't normally see the weight loss in the beginning. Most specifically, my stomach, my abdomen. This is going to sound embarrassing, but the line from my chest to my stomach, when I look down, is now much closer than it used to be. It used to go down and then out, and now it goes down and just out a little bit. Who knows after next week? But I am getting rid of the fat around my midsection because I would like to be alive long enough to, I don't know, make the podcast more, see my children have children, enjoy my wife, my family, my life, all of you. Anyway, this has been very interesting so far. I don't think everyone's going to have the same reaction. I've heard people say that their hunger hasn't gone away, but they've tried it. I've heard people say they didn't lose as much weight, all the things. As Jenny pointed out in another episode that we did, I have adjusted my eating slightly, but by that, I'm just taking in more greens, mostly lettuce. I haven't graduated yet to like a real vegetable, but I am eating more lettuce, I guess roughage, with my meals. I mean, it's been really great so far. And thankfully, my insurance is covering it. And I will mention this here. A lot of people are making the mistake of going to their doctor and saying, I want Ozempic. Ozempic at this time is okayed for type 2 diabetes. Wegovy is been okayed for weight loss. Okayed means your insurance is going to cover it. Wegovy and Ozempic are the exact same medication. They have different doses, I think. But for insurance purposes, you go to your doctor. In my case, my BMI was high enough to support the diagnosis. They wrote the prescription for Wegovy, and my insurance company covered it. If you go ask for Ozempic and you don't have type 2 diabetes, right now, the way the insurance coverage is set up, you're not getting it. There are other drugs. There's Mounjaro. I don't know if you maybe can get that. That also, I think, right now has a distinction for type 2. That's it. I'm not a doctor. This isn't advice. I'm just sharing my experience with you. So far, my experience is this. I have lost 13.4 pounds in 5 weeks. And I'm starting my 6th week right now. That's pretty impressive. Although, the other day I noticed some of the weight came out of my thighs, which is not a place I need to lose weight. And that pissed me off a little bit. I was like, not there. Anyway, I don't have Wegovy face or Ozempic face. I'm not saying it might not happen. I don't have any other side effects that I can speak of. I mean, I definitely have to be sure not to eat in the evenings before I lay down. That's the one thing I just can't and won't do. Like I said, the cheesecake bothered me. I do very much avoid oil. I have had some popcorn that I've made in the house here, which was made in coconut oil. That's been fine. I make my egg in the morning with about a half a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon of butter in the pan. That's been fine. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I don't have anything bad to say. All right. Well, I really appreciate you listening to this. Yeah, if you're interested, let me know online. I'll make more of these, but I'm going to keep making these little diaries and trying to keep you abreast of what's happening. And speaking of abreast, I have less of that too. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. A huge thank you to US Med for sponsoring this episode of the Juicebox Podcast. usmed.com/juicebox or call 888-721-1514 to get your free benefits check. Don't forget, US Med accepts over 800 private insurers and Medicare in the United States. They always provide 90 days worth of supplies, and they have fast and free shipping. Dexcom, Libre, Tandem, Omnipod, so much more. usmed.com/juicebox. And if you have any questions about the Wegovy, come find me on the private Facebook group. I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back very soon with another episode of the Juicebox Podcast.